Hey guys, welcome to CPS360.
We've got an awesome show for you today, bringing you updates on classes around the Career Center and activities at your local high schools. In other news about the Career Center, Marco Ria serves up another great story on the Culinary Arts class.
The baking and pastries class is back to blending, mixing, and chopping as they prepare for one of their biggest gigs. They made hundreds of mini desserts for the True False Festival that would be coming up that weekend.
Right now they're making mousse, and we're working on a couple of little mini desserts to try to do for True False. So we're seeing how much everything makes and to do it in small portions.
Right now we're making different meringues and things, so I'm doing a vanilla bean meringue today.
Across the kitchen, the Culinary 2 students were in the middle of their latest project, the making of the ñaquis, a potato meal.
Our project is to go talk to the different teachers in the culinary, in the Career Center, and we ask them questions like what vegetables do they like, what don't they like, are they allergic to anything, and stuff like that. So we make the gnocchis and try to make something that they'd really like and they'd really eat and enjoy.
The chill atmosphere that the chefs brought to the classroom made it easier for students to finish their projects.
Teachers are pretty laid back and fun. They tell you what you need to do. We actually do the stuff instead of a teacher just standing there and talking to us, telling us how it's made.
Our teachers are all the chefs are really, really chill, and they know a lot about what they're doing because they all worked in the industry. So it's really good to have a teacher who knows exactly what they're talking about because you can ask them a lot of questions and stuff.
Whether they wanted a career in the field or this was just another high school class, they all got useful skills they can always use.
I think I've learned some really great skills that definitely help me just at home or if I want to do it as a side thing later.
I want to go into food science actually, so that's agriculture more, but it's a lot of stuff that involves the kitchen work too.
For CPS 360, this is Marco Ria.
Speaking of cool classes, Cole McGee got the lowdown on the Career Center's Auto Tech class.
Have you ever taken your car into the shop and wondered where the people who are fixing the problem got their start? Well, the Columbia Area Career Center offers a class for those students who are looking to get their start. Mr. Dreen has been in the automotive world almost all his life. The Automotive Tech class also has multiple opportunities for these students after they complete high school. Mr. Dreen fills us in on the opportunities that the students have available to them. The students worked on everything from tires to the air conditioning units. The students have the opportunity to work on all sorts of vehicles, those being the everyday minivan to a quad. This class takes a very hands-on learning style. Mr. Dreen feels that the hands-on approach is vital to the class. Senior Grant Ketchum really enjoys the style of learning. When asked what the best part of the class was, it was hard for them to narrow it down.
Watching that video just reminded me, I need to get an oil change.
You better get on that.
I know. In other news, Allie Hill went behind the scenes of Rockbridge's latest play and got the killer scoop.
The Rockbridge Theater program is at it again with the chilling show of Night of the Living Dead. The play was about a zombie apocalypse that trapped upward of 5 people in a house together, forcing them to fight for their lives.
They really ought to make the day the time changes the first day of summer.
What?
The combination of thrill, gore, and anxiety all captivated the audience's attention. We catch up with Kyle Shearer to get his insight on being a leading role.
I've been doing school plays since 6th grade at Smithton, and it was a lot of fun to finally have a lead in a play. I hadn't had that since I did my first play in Smithton, so that was a lot of fun to be able to, my last year in high school and be able to finally have a big part. You definitely got the feeling that if you didn't know your lines or you didn't know your stuff, the whole play would fall apart because of you. So that was kind of a lot of responsibility to make sure that everything went all right.
Zombies roam the aisle throughout the duration of the play, giving it an eerie, lifelike feel.
Oh, tell me.
There was also a unique twist to the play that some may not recognize unless pointed out. The whole play was in black and white, forcing cast members to paint their faces and even dye their hair.
We had Kajab.
All in all, Rockbridge Theater put on yet another fantastic show. I'm Allie Hill with CPS360, signing out.
Liam Mitchell brings us news from Hickman about a new math teacher.
What do you think of when you think math? Boring? Unnecessary? Well, first-year teacher Mr. Fraser is trying to switch your mindset.
Environment. I think ideally, I would love it to be a very relaxed environment where the students look forward to coming to my class, and it's a safe place for the students to sort of be themselves and look forward to exploring mathematics, trying to develop those concepts in their mind.
Students like seniors Jacob Sabowski and Aaron Hutton appreciate this kind of teaching of math.
He's really good at managing things, but in a way where you don't want to disrespect him. He's respectful of you. Yeah. So in turn, you're normally respectful.
Considering how new he is at this kind of thing, I'm really surprised at the fact that he actually considers many different ways to explain things to people, which I think is what makes the class understandable as well as kind of more interesting, considering his ramblings seem to actually connect to each other really well.
But Mr. Fraser took a long journey to get to teaching mathematics.
Go into chemical engineering. Actually, I even did a stint of pharmaceutical engineering before that. Switched around through the engineering fields, civil, mechanical. Ended up just wanting to study pure mathematics. And about halfway through my sophomore year of college, I sat down and just sort of tried to figure my life out and figure out what I wanted to do.
Mr. Fraser is also trying to help students become better all-around people, in which students will be able to carry through the rest of their life.
Growing mathematically, growing in their mathematical knowledge. I also hope that there's some maturing that's going on in the students' life as well, and that there's a little bit of growing up, there's a little bit more preparedness for what reality is going to be after high school.
Erica Bach is bringing us in on what's new with the speech and debate team.
Amongst the student body at Hickman High School, there lies a unique group of students. The Suits, or the Speech and Debate Team, are a group that understands and harnesses the power of storytelling. These students compete in various categories, acting out written stories and speeches, setting the scene for people to laugh and also to be touched.
Well, there's tons of different events and debate events. An individual event would be something like HI, where you're 7-minute skit of you being funny, and then there's debates where we have, personally I do LD, which is a one-on-one debate where you're mostly debating against values and morals. And they're trying to remind the world that they are still there, and they want dignity and prosperity for their people again. But the thing is, a scripture battle isn't going to win in a modern war.
The Suits take pride in their work and illustrate there's a lot more to these stories than just speaking on stage.
A lot of rehearsal time and analyzing your character and trying to make the performance as interesting as possible, because it's only you up there for 10 minutes and it can get really it could get really boring.
I wondered if my brother would ever be able to talk to me and tell me how he felt and why he cried and screamed.
It has nothing to do with either. Would you stop singing and listen for a second, please?
Well, it is dull enough to confuse the eye in following, but pronounced enough to constantly irritate and provoke study.
But maybe the most important thing about Suits is the lesson it teaches beyond the stage.
I think I really like just the people that you meet and
going to these tournaments and you find this community of people who are just like you from all over Missouri. But so long as we learn to love ourselves, I'm not sure that it matters.
The power of voice may be one of the most important things that we possess. For CPS 360, this is Erica Bach.
What's next, Madison?
Oh, just a story from Asia Tilford.
Nice, I love Asia. What's it about?
A guidance counselor from Battle High School, Sherry Crammy.
The life of a senior in high school gets very real when second semester begins, and applying to colleges and scholarships can be very overwhelming and stressful. But with the help of Battle High School senior advisor, Mrs. Crammy, getting these important things done is her job.
My job is to assist seniors with scholarships, anything to do with ACT, college, applications, pretty much everything to do with college. What's up, girl? How are you, babe? She's awesome.
Along with assisting students, Mrs. Crammy has formed a lot of great relationships with the kids she works with.
She is very motherly, as you get close to her because she's really helpful. She wants to see you succeed, so she's going to do everything to help that happen.
I hope I have a good relationship. I think they all know, the respect goes both ways, and I cherish their opinions on their future. I don't just tell them what they need to do, and I hope I support them.
Not only do the students view her as an awesome woman, but so do her coworkers.
As a person, she's sweet, as we all know. She's really very student-centered, always going above and beyond to help the students, making sure they have what they need. And she has a heart. She's very humbling, especially when it comes to our students.
If you ever need help with anything college-related, the doors of Mrs. Crammy's office are always open, and it's a great environment to be in. This is Asia Tilford, CPS 360.
What a great show we had today, Madison.
I know, we are awesome.
Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, CPS 360.
That's all we have for today. I'm Madison.
And I'm Julia.
Be sure to stay tuned for CPS 360 Sports.
Welcome to CPS 360 Sports. I'm Liam Mitchell. Our first story is on an up-and-coming high school golfer. Julia Ballard takes us to the links.
As the Rockbridge boys golf team prepares for another great season, a new freshman golfer is looking to be an integral part to the squad.
My name's Ross Steelman, and I'm 15 years old and I'm a freshman.
Ross has been practicing all year, and Dee Sanders believes his length and short game will help him send the team to another state title.
Ross is the new freshman phenom at Rockbridge High School. Hits the ball about 10 miles. Still can't beat me, though he hits it 5 miles further than I do, or 10, but hopefully by the end of the year he'll be able to.
The boys will be exciting to watch this year, with freshman Ross Steelman as a great addition.
Just being able to play on a team and play golf and sharpen up for the summer during the year.
Coach Doug Daniels has the looks for another state championship this year.
The Rockbridge golf team should be disappointed with anything short of another state championship.
This has been Julia Bauer for CPS 360.
Moving from a golf course to the pool, Madison Wright brings us the story on Rockbridge's state swimming competition.
3 long months of tough competition and impressive races for Rockbridge High School team culminated at Missouri State High School Athletic Association State Championships on a February weekend. The Lady Bruins set themselves up well in prelims on Friday with standout swims such as Kelly Tackett's winning 200 free, Nicole Williams' 200 IM and 100 breaststroke, and Ellie Flanagan's 100 fly and 11-second drop in her 500 free to win her a spot in championship finals. Anna Wilcoxon, Piper Osmond, and Ellie Zweifel also had incredible swims, landing them in finals, helping to give Rockbridge an advantage over their opponents. Rockbridge walked into the second day of the meet with a projected 35-point advantage over Lafayette, who was seeded second overall. The Bruins set themselves up well, with a first-place finish in the 200 medley relay, taking the title and the points. Going into the second event, the 200 freestyle, Kelly Tackett, who had won in prelims by 0.3 of a second, decimated the competition and took the state title with a time of 1 minute, 49 seconds, and 37/100ths of a second.
Before Kelly's 200 free, I told her it was a tough double because she was going the 200 medley relay to the 200 freestyle, and I told her that behind the blocks she should think of somebody else and swim for that other person, because at the end of the day, it matters what we do for other people and not what we do for ourselves.
In the next event, the 200 IM, Nicole Williams got 5th place and scored 14 points. In the 50 free, Betty Logan finished 3rd and scored 16 points. And then in the 100 fly, Ellie Flanagan finished 3rd, Piper Osmond finished 7th, and Anna Wilcoxon finished 8th. In the 100 free, Kelly Tackett finished 2nd, but lost out on the first place finish by 1/100th of a second, and Ellie Flanagan finished 4th in the 500 free. In the 200 freestyle relay, Rockbridge finished 6th, and at this point, Lafayette pulled ahead by 14 points. With only 3 events left, Rockbridge depended on Ellie Zweifel's impressive 100 backstroke, and a lot was riding on the 100 breaststroke.
I ripped my cap right as they were about to start the event, and a really nice friend of mine who had swam in the heat before me gave me her cap, and I was just like, I have to do this for the team, because I knew Lafayette was really close to us, and our coaches always talked about getting us through really tough times and overcoming challenges. So, whatever you have to do for the team is what you have to do.
Nicole Williams and Ellie Zweifel's 1-2 finish set Rockbridge up well going into the final event, the 400 free relay, but they needed a 3rd place finish or above to secure this title. Through the controversy, conflict, and difficulties the season provided, the Rockbridge girls were able to come together. Okay, they can go first. Yeah.
You can still make lemonades no matter how bad your lemons get.
Congratulations to the Lady Bruins. For CPS360, this has been Madison Wright.
Congrats to all the Rockbridge ladies. Our next story is on a feature on a season wrap-up of the Rockbridge boys basketball.
The 20-6 Rockbridge boys basketball team faces off against the Smith Cotton tonight for the district title. The Bruins basketball team led by powerful forward Eson Wiley as well as senior forward and leading scorer Trey Williams. These two forwards and the rest of the Bruins team are working together, and the whole team believes they have a chance to go far in the postseason, as well as beat Smith Cotton to advance for the district championship.
Determination really helped us this offseason because it led us to drive harder and just work a lot harder than we did last year to try to get the district championship, which we're going for tomorrow. So.
Great performances by younger players in the team in DeJuan Harris in recent games have helped Rockbridge gain confidence in the entire team. DeJuan Harris was scoring outbursts in the double digits, as well as attributes of Trey Williams and Eson Wiley in multiple games have helped the Bruins team come up with the win in almost all of their recent games. With the momentum carrying to the regular season wins, they have their latest win over battle. They plan to dominate and move forward through the district championship as far as they can and even through the postseason.
Staying with hoops, PJ Ging brings us senior night for the Hickman boys basketball team.
Last game, the last time to show out. Saying goodbye is never easy. 2 parties are parting ways after this season. The senior class, as well as Coach Johnson. The ceremony was more than fitting, calling up the seniors one by one, while being cheered by fellow parents and peers. The last home game they would be playing on this court would be the last for both sides.
DJ was always there to help us and make us do the good decisions. He always made us do scrimmages every time we do bad stuff.
One thing on the basketball players' minds were to give the number 2 team a fight till the end.
We just walked in knowing that we had to get a win, at least play really good to show what we can do for districts.
After a relentless fight, the Cubes came up short in the final minutes.
I thought we played pretty well in the first half, and we got into foul trouble a lot. That's what cost us the game.
Even though it was a loss, no one can't say they didn't fight. We can all say Coach Johnson and the seniors laid it down on the line. Coach Johnson will go down as not only a great person, but as a great coach.
Now to look at potential high school players, Mariah Doss brings us a story on Upward basketball.
Every Saturday, over 200 students pack Memorial Baptist Church to battle it out in the fierce competition known as Upward Basketball.
So Upward is an organization, it's actually a nationwide organization. It's to reach out to kids, to teach them how to play basketball in a Christian organization. And some kids have never played basketball before, you know, when you're talking to a first grader or to a sixth grader. We have different divisions, but we're trying to teach them how to play basketball, but how to be a team member, you know, in a team sport, in a Christ-like setting.
Before each game, the kids gather around and say a prayer, and after, line up to be paired off.
To help us not get injured or hurt or anything like that. They tell us who's going on the court, and then we just line up. The coach lines us up, and then the other team lines up, and then they switch us around a little, like height and how fast people and stuff.
What makes Upward different from the average youth basketball program?
The level of competitiveness kind of like goes with the boys playing, because like it's a lot different from seeing my little sister play compared to like my 4th grade brother. I mean, the boys get really pumped about it. They're like, yeah, we're gonna win. And the girls are kind of just like, yeah, let's go have fun. Or Josh, he's not really that athletic. He's like, yeah, this is a game, let's go have fun. But they kind of try to treat it like really uncompetitive, like they're just like, go have fun.
Where in some leagues it's the best players get to play the most, but everybody plays the same amount of time, and that's how they learn. We're giving them and we're coaching them. The referees are coaching them when they make mistakes, and it's a good program so far.
To encourage these positive attitudes, Upward has a special reward system.
The blue one means effort. The gold one means sportsmanship. Like sportsmanship and Christ-likeness.
Green star for just participating, but there's a white star for most Christ-like, most maybe like improved, most defensive mode, most offensive.
At the end of the day, the smiling faces of the kids makes all the hard work worth it.
Smile on the child's face and the parents when they make their very first basket. It is amazing. You get chills when you know our goal is to try and get every child to make at least one basket.
You never know. One of these kids could be the next Steph Curry. Just wait and see. For CPS 360, I'm Mariah Doss.
That's it for this episode of CPS 360 Sports. I'm Lee Mitchell. Thanks for watching.